No one would have believed that I would survive 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore in a world that is being invaded by Martians. Their invasion forces spawn everywhere, and their dangerous red weed is spreading underground, slowly but surely, taking over our world. When those demons arrive, the survivors will envy the dead. But before we start, I'd like to thank Flazity for inspiring me to make this video. I wouldn't know about this mod if it wasn't for his brilliant ideas. So please go and check out his channel, would you? Link in the description. And tell me in the comments how many times you could spot him in this video. During these 100 days, I want to experiment with all of the modded blocks and items and defend my planet from the evil alien invasion. And most importantly, not die. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started! May I present 100 Days in the War of the Worlds mod. Day 1. I spawned into a strange world and looted some abandoned backpacks. And then I came across a ruined structure. I wonder what happened to the people who left them behind. Judging from the bones on the ground, well, they must be dead. A Martian invasion force tried to ambush me, but I ran away to the autumn forest. I guess my life will be forever autumn. The Martians were so mean, they wouldn't even let me loot this structure. I had to run away from this nasty invasion force. It was time to move underground. I went mining on day 2 and found some Martian red weed and destroyed it before it could spread. I also looted a minecart chest, but I got scared of the mineshaft. On day 3 and 4, I did a lot more mining. And guess what? I found some shiny blue rocks. And then I made myself some iron armor. I also finally got to loot this structure without Martians interrupting me. Of course I managed to get stuck. I made a sugarcane farm and messed around with the diary I found. This will prove to be one of the most important items in the game. Researching blocks gives you research vials, which can be used to buy awesome rewards. I did a lot more mining on day 5 and 6. What? I never said this video was going to be exciting. On day 7, I bought a stealth mask from the diary. When you crouch, you become invisible. Well, most of you does. I mined diamonds. The Martians were jealous. So I got some obsidian, because why not? On day 8, I made a revolver, because my entire life revolves around surviving in this world, so having some weapons doesn't hurt. On day 9 and 10, I farmed me some sugarcane and waited for wheat to grow. I think the word boring should be part of my channel description at this point. Day 11, I promised some cows and sheep that I'd give them a wonderful home if they would come into my cave. I lied. Day 12, I fell into the hole with the animals. I feel like I had that coming. Day 13, I got an enchanting table, and you guessed it, I enchanted my iron armor. From day 14 to 16, I mined the better looking diorite, aka marble blocks, and did some more caving. On day 17, I heard the Martians making weird noises outside, so I tested my new revolver on them. They won't be invading our world today. Day 18. More mindless marble mining. Well, that was a mouthful. They can also be turned into nice bricks. Day 19. I started building a storage area while the Martian invaders were singing a song for me outside. Day 20. Ulla to the Martians, and I tried to sort out my chest monsters. And by day 21 I had completely sorted and labelled my chests. Even the Martians had left. I'm sure they had better things to do than watch me open and close chests for 3 days straight. I tried making this cave look pretty on day 22 by using petrified logs. The decorating continued on day 23, and when the day was done I had built an entire wall. On day 24, I made a lead pickaxe, which is about as good as an iron one, and I expanded my cave with it. On day 25, I cleared out a lava pool under my base, because lava is scary. Let's be real, nobody likes happy fun souls except Tango. But when I returned, I saw that Martians had spawned in my base. But luckily, they suffocated in a wall, but I no longer felt safe here. So on day 26, I made a protective wall around my storage area. Felt like I was building my own cage. On day 27 and 28, I made a cow farm. You know that kind that crushes them to death because of entity cramming. And then I murdered a cow in cold blood. I know what Flazity would say to that.
Scary woman.
On day 29 and 30, I continued with the base building. Day 31.
Scary woman.
Looks like it's not just the Martians that invaded this world.
You monster.
Okay, I'll never kill a cow again in my entire life, I promise. Day 32. I made a staircase down to the lava pool I cleared out earlier. It will be my future farming area. So from day 33 to 36, I dug out a huge room for my farming area and planted wheat and sugarcane down there. Getting all the marble bricks for the walls took ages. On day 37, I made a diamond chestplate, some lanterns, and a composter for easy bone meal. On day 38, I harvested some leaves. I think the trees chopped themselves down afterwards. They did look nice in my base though. I made a UK flag on day 39 because I thought that might scare the Martians away. Or maybe they'll just come over for a nice cup of tea. On day 40, I destroyed red wheat that was spreading in my mine. It gave me mining fatigue. Told you this was nasty stuff. Stupid Martians. And then I got some of the hot stuff to make an incinerator. And then I turned my stone to ash and wood into rubber. On day 41, I made some black boots because they look cool. And I can use them to kick the Martians. And I did some more researching with my diary. The next day I upgraded my diary to level 2 and unlocked 21st century technology. Mwahahaha. On day 43, I discovered that there's an automated turret that attacks enemies for me. So I went on a quest to get the resources to craft it. One of the resources I needed was oil, and I found that in a mine shaft. Gosh, was I scared. But after I got all the resources, it was time to craft the very first automated turret. Day 44. I went outside to place my new fancy weapon. Martians beware. Well, I think the only one who was scared was me. Even after I placed the turret, I thought it was going to shoot me. But I found out that you have to give it ammo, so I fed it all my bullets. And here we go. Wahaha. I watched some Martians get absolutely destroyed on day 45. Justice has been served today. Poor little Martians. But of course, the Martians wouldn't let me have this moment of victory and ambushed me again. I was a bit terrified, not gonna lie. Every time the Martians or anything else tries to attack me, I just pillar up and hide in the trees. That's the safest spot unless they shoot me. Then I'm dead. And the turret couldn't reach all of the Martians, so I had to deal with them myself. Day 46. I ate Martian red weeds, and looking back, I can't believe how stupid I was to eat something like that. It comes straight from Mars. It could have killed me. On day 47, I made a homeward beacon that can teleport me back to my bed. Perfect for when the Martians try to eat my face. But I felt too brave to bail. So I decided to shoot the Martians in the face and then do a little bit of exploring around the forest. I found a ruined fighting machine. This once was a big tripod. I hope we won't ever see one of these in this video. And then I broke it and it gave me some nice loot. And then I bailed. Day 48. I upgraded my enchanting area and enchanted my gear. Yay! Day 49. I feel like the red weed is never gonna give up. It keeps spreading and spreading underground, and I don't think I can ever stop it. Day 50. Halfway there and still alive. I mined some diamonds that I found a couple days ago to celebrate this milestone. Look at my diamonds. It's not much, but it's diamonds. I had 50 days in War of the Worlds hardcore. Day 51. Is this a scallium? I think the uranium didn't like to be called that. It poisoned me. Good that I came prepared and brought a milk bucket. On day 52, I smelted the uranium twice, but I probably shouldn't be holding this, so I put it away. Day 53. I got more diamond gear. And, yeah.
Scary woman.
Day 54. I unlocked level 3 on my diary. Martian technology is mine. I bought an invasion scrambler, which prevents Martian invaders from spawning in my face. Day 55. Now that my diary is level 3, can be prestiged in the scribing table, which gives me tungsten ore as a reward and a tier 2 diary. Now that I have my new diary, I can research all of the blocks again. And I did just that for the next 2 days. Just think about all the special items I can buy with those research vials. On day 58, I smelted the tungsten ore I got as a reward. I think this ore can only be found on Mars, so I got lucky that I got it as a reward. And there's so many things you can craft with it, but I don't think I have any of these items, so I just ended up putting it into my valuables chest. On day 59, I went outside and looted some looters. That's the spirit of men right there. They didn't even see it coming. Day 60. Dear Diary, today I traded you in for a better one and got a pink revolver as a reward. I'm sure you're not going to speak to me again after this. Well, I have a greater diary now anyway, so... Day 61. I made a nether portal and went to... Very long dramatic pause while I'm setting up this portal. Please bear with me. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Here we go. Hell. I spawned in between a huge bastion and a fortress. Well, I'm not going in there. Never ever in a million years. Unless you don't want me to complete 100 days in hardcore. So I grabbed some quartz and ran back home like a coward. Day 62, I decorated my nether portal. Looks like something's creeping out of it. Day 63 and 64, I worked in the interior of my base. I'll be sitting on the top shelf from now on. I also made a wardrobe for my armor. Day 65, I needed an alternative light source because torches were driving me crazy. So I made a Martian lamp because I was too scared to get glowstone from the Nether. Speaking of the Nether, on day 66 I went back to hell and tried to interest the local piglin infestation in some gold. They loved it, but stole my iron boots, which was rude considering that I gave them all the gold I had. From day 67 to 70, I did some more researching and used the Martian lamps to decorate my base. I also added some lanterns here and there, and some of the Martian lamps were hiding under my carpet. Well, as long as no Martians hide under that carpet with the lamps. But no more torch spam. On day 71, I went outside to get rid of the countless cobblestone pillars I made to avoid getting eaten by Martians. There were so many. But I also got some cobweb and decorated my base with it. Day 72, I got a new diary! Again! Funny how fast I get bored of the old ones. Maybe I just write a lot. Day 73, I built a beautiful Martian face in front of my cave to mock the Martian invaders. Doesn't it look absolutely gorgeous? There's only one word for this masterpiece. Ooh la. It also comes with a nice entrance to my base. I farmed wheat and made a nice armchair on day 74. Yep, I'm boring. Day 75, I discovered an easy way to make cheese. Wish I had known about that sooner. Diamond piles are for losers. Cheese is the way to go. Cheese for everyone who's still watching. Hello, Flazity.
Hello.
Day 76, I decided it was time to build a house. Not gonna say how many times I almost died to fall damage. On day 77 and 78, I had the brilliant idea of making the house out of cheese. I completely underestimated how much cheese I would actually have to make for that. Poor cows. And now please enjoy some cheese block placing ASMR. Sorry cows, I ran out of cheese again. So from days 79 to 81, I continued with the house building. And after adding the last finishing touches, I called it finished. I mean, it looks cheesy, but it's still great. Pun intended. Day 82. Every cheese house needs some interior, so that's what I did. It also needs cheese on the cheese walls. The underground red wheat spread got out of hand on day 83. And I got flooded by oil. Yay. So on day 84, I made a red wheat defense dish that would hopefully prevent the spread of that vile stuff. On day 85, I prepared myself to go, dramatic pause, exploring. Ooh. I mean, I'm not going to be that stupid and fall off a cliff and die to fall damage, right? I'm going to kill some Martians instead. Put your hands where I can see them, Martians. On day 86, I explored the mountains, and it was time to finally get my hands on some good old spruce wood. But when night fell, I hid in a hole. Things were moving outside. It was a giant tripod. It despawned but left a huge mess behind. Poor animals. So I teleported home. On day 87 and 88, still terrified of the tripod I saw, I distracted myself with some farming. And I upgraded my diary again and got a uranium blade. Those rewards keep getting better and better. On day 89, I decided to mess around with vehicles. Well, there's only one vehicle in the mod. And then I made a jeep. Beep beep. Not a sheep, a jeep. Day 90. Creepy dark forest that way. Tripod infested mountains over here. And evil Martian red weedlands to the left, so... What's over there? On second thought, I don't want to know, but there's no going back now. I took my new car for a ride across these new lands until I ran out of fuel, which was like after 5 seconds. I ran into a birch forest, but a Martian heat ray was defending a creepy structure, so I decided to go underground. These Martian heat rays are pretty powerful. A couple hits and you're burning to death. Especially on hard mode, and you know I only have one life. But where there's a Martian heat ray, there's some loot up for grabs, so I definitely have to check it out. I spent all night trying to shoot this heat ray from my hidey hole, but it was unsuccessful. On day 91, I still had one last trick up my sleeve. I let my automated turret do the killing for me. After the heat ray was no more, I felt it was safe enough to investigate the structure. I found a way inside. I hope nothing will be waiting for me in there. Well, looks like this is some sort of Martian spaceship kind of thing, full of weird Martian blocks and other creepy things, and I wonder what would happen if I would step on that pressure plate. Maybe not. Of course the Martians had booby-trapped it with TNT. Maybe the Martians are just green? I found a shulker box full of nice loot. Ooh, do I see some Martian armor in there? Yes, I do. Then I decided to take some of the Martian blocks. They're mine now, Martians. Some of them even dropped research vials. Perfect. And after I gathered as many blocks as I could carry, I felt like a little coward and just teleported back home because I don't want to meet any Martians that spawn out there. Creepy. On day 92, I investigated all the loot I got and joined the War of the Worlds fan club. Ulla. Day 93, I enchanted my Martian armor to see if it looks better in shiny mode. It didn't. Actually, I preferred without the enchantments. Oh well, whatever. Ooh la. I made a uranium sword on day 94. And I did wonder, is this thing safe? Speaking of safe, I also made a chainsaw. If you weren't already terrified of me, you should be now. I have a chainsaw. On day 95, I had way too much fun with my new chainsaw. But I got enough wood to last me for a while. On day 96, I made a path in front of my house, using some gravel and some andesite. And then of course I had to add some bushes, because bushes look nice. Well, actually in this biome they don't, but whatever. And just like that, I had a nice parking space for my Jeep, beep beep, and the entrance of my house looked so much more inviting. Hopefully the looters won't invite themselves. I really don't feel safe here. I should go back inside. I got a new diary again on day 97, and now I'm dual wielding uranium swords. Things just got dangerous. On day 98, I made a pickaxe and a shovel out of the most expensive materials I had, just for the fun of it. That means I now have a tungsten shovel and a uranium pickaxe. I also tried out my new sword on an unsuspecting victim. What? Some sacrifices have to be made for science. I suddenly felt paranoid on day 99 and hid all my valuables in a lockbox. I hope the looters or the Martians or whatever is creeping and crawling in this world won't ever find my valuables. They're all mine. You can't get them. I also decided to display all the tokens I got from killing Martians and other rarities on item frames up in my cheese house. My wonderful diamond pickaxe and the diary that I keep replacing will always hold a special spot in my heart, so it goes next to the bed. "100 days. 100. And I'm still alive and breathing. And the Martians still haven't taken over this world. And look at how much I got done. I made a beautiful little starter base underground. I went to the creepy Nether. I did some mining down here, which is a huge mess. And I made a very, very silly Martian statue and a very silly cheese house. The chances of me surviving 100 days in a world that was invaded by Martians was 1,000,000 to 1. But I did it anyways. I never would have believed that this was possible, and it was definitely too much work. Oh my word. But I'm so glad that I actually pulled it off and didn't die. So all that's really left to say is, please consider giving this video a like and maybe subscribe. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye!